Tonight, a robber pursued by citizens was later apprehended by CCC police officers Tuesday morning.
I'm very happy that she was not traumatized and she understands and she knows that is not a situation unique to St. Lucia.
The newly elected president of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association defends herself against allegations. And the United States has graded St. Lucia's ability to deal with money laundering crime on island. The details of these stories and more are coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovely and Amy Joseph.
Good evening. It is Tuesday, the 2nd of April 2019. Welcome to the Hot 7 Nightly News on Flow Channel 117, also being simulcast on Kiss FM 105.5 and 105.9. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. We begin the broadcast with news that a robber pursued by citizens was later apprehended by the Castries Constituency Council police officers on Tuesday morning. The man in his 20s targeted a female tourist and made off with her phone. He has since pleaded guilty and has been remanded at the Bordelais Correctional Facility until the 10th of April. The incident comes just days after the controversial debate in the House was made to regularize the duties of the city police. City police officers are not limited to making arrests in the four Castries constituencies, but are officers of the state working with the office of the mayor. This has been the most controversial aspect of the bill. Castries Mayor Peterson Francis, moments after the robbery on Tuesday morning, spoke to members of the media, including Hot 7 News' Rochelle Gonzalez.
The efforts of the Castries City Council Police, one special police constable and a group of concerned citizens are being lauded Tuesday after a man was nabbed for snatching a mobile phone. The incident occurred at about 10 a.m. and the victim was a female tourist. According to reports, after the phone was snatched, the alleged assailant was pursued by local citizens from the William Peter Boulevard to a point near the Castries Market where he was apprehended. Speaking on the matter, Castries Mayor Peterson Francis said he spoke to the victim and apologized to her for the discourteous behavior of her assailant. Whilst Francis said she took the incident with a grain of salt, he expressed concerns with the impact such actions could have on the island.
I'm very happy that she was not traumatized and she understands and she knows that is not a situation unique to St. Lucia. So she was very welcoming and very cooperative.
Do you have any concerns about this sort of behavior, stealing from tourists, etc., the impact that it could have on us?
Yes, I know that. That's why we are doing everything within our power. Incidentally, we will be increasing our numbers very soon, whether it's by 5, 6, or 10, but we will, because you see, my focus, as I've always said, security first, up with the other way around. Cleanliness first, and security, as far as the city is concerned. That's what I'm passionate about, and that I will do everything within my power to maintain.
The mayor also expressed his excitement over the arrest following a new bill passed in Parliament last week, which gives city police officers the power of arrest.
That will be the first, which means that the bill started working already.
Francis went on to respond to the criticism aimed at the CCC over its newfound level of power.
If we know St. Lucians on the whole, they believe in negativity. They believe in things that's not working. It gives them the opportunity to criticize. Now, if nothing was happening in the city police, then everybody will come in, where is the mayor? What is happening? People can't walk in town. Up to this morning, somebody say, I've not been in town for ages. But I came down to town, the city is clean. I get these reports all the time. And it's safe. I could have walked. I can breathe. So right now, I don't know what is the fuss about. What has that bill brought that wasn't enforced before? As I've said, at the other occasion, but we had our citizenry saying that the city police was basically illegal. They were acting, they didn't have the power. Now the bill has made sure that it's regularized. There is no ambiguity about the city police now. We have now shifted the goalposts to now they have too much power. Now they are only authorized to keep the law and order within the city, because they say they're city. That's the operative word now, city. So they can't go beyond the city to do arrest. I've even heard on social media, I've seen on social media that a lady is saying she's going to come to town to make sure if any city police arrests her, the city police will only arrest you in this other behavior. And, we will see what will happen. And this is what is happening because these are people who have the agenda and they just want to see that country in chaos.
The stolen phone was retrieved and returned to the owner. The CCC currently employs 43 city police officers in total. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Now, the Castries mayor was only just getting started. Francis further rubbishes attempts to criticize the CCC for a garbage issue coming out of one of the city's CDC blocks. The mayor says whilst the mishap has become a feature in a viral video on different social media platforms, this is in no way reflective of the true situation.
The Castries mayor has rubbished claims that workers of the Castries City Council have turned one city CDC block into a dump site after a video began making the rounds showing litter flying around said block.
That's how it is there in the CDC, After Peterson, the mayor, decide to turn, into day glow, mini day glow. Yes. So people that's mini day glow there on a Sunday morning,
The video, which claims that the mess was as a result of CCC workers dumping garbage collected from around the city at the site, has been shared dozens of times on social media and has been churning out strong reactions from members of the public. Mayor Peterson Francis, however, told Hot 7 News that whilst there is a small amount of truth to the claims, the incident is being spun far out of proportion by persons seeking to make mischief.
The situation is this. That area is being used temporarily as a collection point for us. Since that we removed the unsightly dump on the Jeremy Street, we are temporarily, as I said, using there as a temporary facility. What has happened lately is that because of the wind, so it is being spread. We understand that. And up to yesterday, we have taken a decision to put a gate or barricade on it. The problem we have right now is that we have commercial people using that place now. It's something that we're going to look after, and then something we're going to crack on.
Mayor Francis said amidst the backlash, what is conveniently not being reported is the fact that garbage disposal services in the area have improved.
The other amazing thing is this. The people who live in the CDC will tell you now, there used to be garbage sometimes for 2-3 days not collected. But right now, presently, because we are using there temporarily, that garbage is being cleaned every day and more than once. That garbage was cleaned first thing 6 o'clock this morning. It will be there this afternoon again, it will be cleaned. If you pass later, it will be cleaned. The only garbage you'll see is when we clean the roads later from 7, 8 o'clock. But first thing, so right now they're even getting a better service. But because the place has been windy, I understand that. And I know it's a thing. But we must understand we can't get everything 100%. But they have a better service now. And the wind is the one just spreading. So we are now going to put a gate so that we will not have that problem.
As for when the gate, which he mentioned, will be erected, the mayor said it is a top priority.
I've instructed for it to be done as quickly as possible. Incidentally, my supervisor was telling me that we have a gate up there, so we're just trying to see how we're going to do things. And as I finish speaking to you, for which I thank you for a reminder, that I'm going again to see that is done ASAP.
The mayor said St. Lucians need to understand that in order for things to be improved, there must be an element of inconvenience. When the news team arrived on site shortly after 12 p.m., the vast majority of the garbage had already been cleared up. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
In other news, the newly elected president of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association is not fazed by criticism that she is politically motivated. Dr. Merle Clark faced serious social media backlash from those who opposed the government after she took issue with a claim by the former SLMDA president, Dr. Alphonsus St. Rose, with regard to the location of the renal unit. After a dialysis patient died back in 2018, it was argued that the dialysis unit at the Owen King EU Hospital should not have been a standalone unit, and that had other hospital emergency services been available, the patient's life could have been saved. Dr. Clark at the time
objected to that argument. She stated that given the circumstances, it did not matter that the patient was at the Owen King EU hospital, and that as unfortunate and sad as it was, the patient would have, quote, died no matter what. The comment did not sit well with some, but Dr. Clark says her aim was to put the matter into perspective in terms of dialysis units being able to stand alone.
I stand by what I said then, because my disagreement with the former president at that time was a statement made to the effect that you need an ER to run a dialysis unit, which you do not. In the case of an emergency in a dialysis unit, we are well equipped and well trained to take care of the emergency, and a patient may need to then be transferred to the ward or to an intensive care unit. That happens. Many dialysis units are outside of hospital. So I certainly wasn't apologizing for anyone, and I stand by those statements.
The claims of being politically motivated are laughable to Dr. Clark. She says when she first served on the SLMDA executive as vice president back in 2015, accusations were never made. As for whether her challenging the viewpoint of the former president factored into her election as the new president, she had this to say.
There may have been discontent. I mean, executives come and executives go. And I served previously on the executive as vice president in the 2015 to 2017 executive. And I felt, again, I was ready to serve in that capacity this time as president. So I would not necessarily say so, but I can't read people's minds.
Dr. Clark says the priority is to meet with the government as the association is concerned that the transition from the Victoria Hospital to the Owen King EU Hospital is taking too long.
St. Lucia is featured in the just released 2018 International Narcotics Control Strategy Report by the U.S. Department of State, Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs. The annual report details the efforts of key countries to tackle all aspects of the international drug trade in 2017. In the report, it states, quote, U.S. law enforcement is increasingly concerned about the expansion of citizenship by investment programs due to the possibility of local corruption and the visa-free travel and ability to open bank accounts accorded these individuals. An individual can petition for St. Lucian citizenship through a minimum donation to the National Economic Fund of US $100,000 per applicant and US $165,000 for an applicant and spouse. Other issues have also raised concern. The United States reports that there is a substantial black market for smuggled goods in St. Lucia, mostly gold, silver, and other jewelry, predominantly smuggled from Guyana. There is a black market in high-quality jewelry purchased from duty-free establishments in St. Lucia by local and foreign consumers. Money suspected as derived from drug trafficking and other illicit enterprises are filtered into and washed through trading firms. St. Lucia's main anti-money laundering laws are the 2003 Money Laundering Prevention Act, the Acts of Crime, that should be the Proceeds of Crime Act, and the Anti-Terrorism Act. From 2017 to 2018, St. Lucia charged 12 people with money laundering. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.